I may be a mad scientist, but having 2 appointments scheduled for 12 midday on a streaming day, that is truly nuts. Hello everyone. Apologies for the slight delay on getting started today. Apologies for the slight delay. I had a... It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. No, I actually had an appointment scheduled for 12 o'clock, and it was like 10 minutes late. I was expecting a phone call, and it was 10 minutes late. So I thought, you know what, I'll start maybe 5 minutes late. And then, yeah, then they just did not phone at 12 o'clock. They phoned at 10 past 12. Like, while I was writing them a message saying, sorry, got to, you know, do work. Got to do work right now, so can't make the appointment. And then they called anyway. So, yeah, I had to speak to them. I was like, yeah, I have to go. I have to go, actually. Like, right now. Like, right this very second now. And they decided they wanted to chat anyway. Hello, TVPG. Hello, Dornix. Hello, Jack. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Hope you're all having a good day so far. Hope things are going well. Hope things are going well. Aside from appointments getting in the way of things, I am doing well. I am doing quite well. I've had, let's see. I actually got a relatively decent sleep again yesterday. I've had a couple of nights where I've not slept particularly well, and I still struggle to fall asleep. But I actually got a decent amount of sleep. I actually got a decent amount of sleep last night, which I'm very happy about. Which I'm very, very happy about. And been doing a lot more work on Minecraft. A lot more work on Minecraft. You may have seen the short video I uploaded to YouTube. Let's see, that was a little over a day ago. I was on the Minecraft server and saw Shura running around. So yeah, I made a short video on it. You did see it. I expected as much. I enjoyed making it. I was just sitting, I was thinking, I should go to bed. I should go to bed. And then I saw Shura just running around and I was like, what's she doing? And I thought, yeah, let's take a recording of this. Mal pretending to be Sir David Attenborough. Dear. But yeah, no. It was so good. I really enjoyed making it. I just got the urge out of nowhere of just like, Mal, you need to record this. You need to record this, Mal. So yeah, ended up recording it, and it ended up being really good. At least I'm quite happy with it. I enjoyed it. I really did. But I'm starting to feel some pressure. I'm starting to feel some pressure about the Halloween celebration streams next week. Because we've all got a schedule, we've got a plan, we've got a day and a plan that we're all available. We've got a day and a plan for the day that we're available. Next Thursday is going to be the big one. Next Thursday, we are going to be having big celebration on the Minecraft server. It's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. The problem is, I still have a lot of preparation that I need to do to get everything shipshape. There's a lot of work still needing done. I need to finish the decoration on the Spleef Arena. I got the doors fixed. I got the doors fixed. The doors are now working. I did actually end up looking up a design online so that I didn't have to try and struggle to get all the wiring in place, because my wiring was really horribly inefficient. I had to come up with something a lot better. A lot better. So yeah, I ended up following a guide online, and I'll show it off properly on my next Minecraft stream. I will show it off. What happened to the gorilla stream, Mal? What happened to it? Yeah, no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. If I had, I would have had to gorilla on the Tuesday I don't know. It just didn't happen. I'm sorry. I do need to apologize. A gorilla stream will happen at some point. It's just so much is going on. So much is going on. But yeah, no, I will try and squeeze in a gorilla stream one day soon. I think maybe Friday or Saturday I'll try and do a gorilla stream just so that we can get a bit more productivity in. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, we'll do some work. We'll do a gorilla stream on Minecraft. We'll do a gorilla Minecraft stream Friday, Saturday. One of those days. Depending on how well I survive after tonight. Depending on how well I survive. Let's see. But yeah, we've got some fun stuff coming up very, very soon. Some fun stuff. Let me just check all the details. Oh, would you look at that? Sulan is playing some Dark Souls 3 this evening. Well, not this evening. It starts at like 5. So in about 5 hours from now. So she's gonna enjoy that. Also. Sulan's stream. Her cover of Mafia in the Morning is gonna be going up. That's in another 2 days. And she's been super busy about it. She's been super busy preparing for it. She's popped onto the Minecraft server in the evening twice in the last couple days. Like literally she's been on twice. And she's been saying, "Oh yeah, I have to go and get food. I'll be back on." And then she just does not go back on. She just goes on. Ara, what are you doing, ENVtuber? Hello there, super sexy boing boing big ol' pie Nikomimi on How are you doing? I don't think I've seen you in here. Hello. Hope you're having a good time. But yeah, so Sulan, she's been popping into the server and then not coming back. And then yesterday, you've probably seen Shura's tweet already. Are you Amberglow member? I'm not a new member. Well, new member? I've been a member since the first wave. I was just one of the last to actually debut. I debuted, let's see, coming up on 3 months ago now. I debuted. But yes, I am an Amberglow member. Newest member. Yeah, the newest so far. I was actually meant to debut a bit sooner. A bit sooner than I actually ended up debuting. But yeah, things happened, so I ended up debuting last, as it happened. But yeah, this morning, or rather yesterday, Shura logged onto the server while I was doing some work. I was playing my RPG night, as I tend to, and that's on a Wednesday night with some friends. And Shura logged on while I was playing, so I couldn't stream it because I was playing another game. And Shura popped on, she was like, "I've been waiting for Sulan for 5 hours. Where's Sulan? Where is she?" And I was just like, I've literally not seen her. So I played with Shura for a little while. I ended up taking her to the Crimson Forest, got some crimson stems, and what are they called? Those glowy blocks. I forget what they're called. I always thought Amberglow is a club only for juicy, bouncy, extra spicy, hot VTuber girl. That is not the case, as it happens. That is not the case. And it has never been the case. Do you know why that has never been the case? Because at several occasions we have very not juicy, bouncy extra spicy hot VTuber girls. Not that all of the girls are not in their own ways attractive, that is absolutely true. But not all of the girls are juicy, bouncy, and extra spicy. Not all of them at the same time, at the very least. Not all of them at the same time. One of them in particular comes to mind as not particularly bouncy. I don't know, she's got a lot of bouncy energy, but not the most bouncy. Not the most bouncy. And hey, are you saying that I myself am not juicy, bouncy, extra spicy hot? Just because I am male does not mean I cannot be juicy, bouncy, extra spicy hot. Oh dear. If you want to see how juicy, bouncy, extra spicy hot I can be, come along to the stream later on today. Come along to the stream later on today. I'm having another stream on my Twitch. That's going to be, let's see, 7 PM UTC +0. I'm going to be celebrating reaching affiliate on Twitch. We're going to be having some single malt Scotch whiskey. We are going to be doing some poetry. We're going to be having a bit of a sing-song and a general chat about me, my favourite subject. Well, maybe you're bouncy, extra spicy, hot too, but somewhere down there. Ooh, wink, wink. Oh dear. Well, you know what? The girls are there. If you wanna see some juicy, bouncy, extra spicy, hot VTuber girls, then the girls are there. If you want to hang out with me, whether I am juicy, bouncy, extra spicy, hot VTuber or not, then you can chill out here. You know, we cater to all interests here. We cater to all interests. Or at least several of them. At least several of them. But, so yeah, Shura came on, we got some Crimson Stems and some glow stuff, and eventually Shura was like, nope, I'm too tired, I need to go, so she logged out. And then not even 2 minutes later, Sulan logs into the server, and she's like, where's Shura? Where's Shura? Shura was waiting for me, and I'm like, Shura literally just left. And I sent her a screen cap of the messages that Shura had just sent. She just can't win. No, Sulan has been super busy lately. She's been doing a lot of work preparing. She's very busy. She's got a lot of work on her plate generally. And she's been doing a lot of work preparing for the cover release. Yeah, she's been super busy lately. But she's also been procrastinating. She's been doing a lot of work on Minecraft. So yeah, it's coming back to bite her in the ass now. So she got some food after popping on the server for a short bit. Got some food. And then got some... Well, yeah, she was on the server, got food. And then went to sleep. She passed out for somewhere in the region of 6 hours and woke up very early this morning. And I assume she's working still. She's still working. She's gonna be ready. She's gonna be ready for her stream later on playing Dark Souls. So yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, wishing her all the luck. Wishing her all the luck. But what we are here for today... we are going to be playing some more Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Let's get this thing set up. Now, you know, I've been enjoying playing the game. I really have. But, let's see. There we go. There we go. Where is the screen? There we go. Did I have 2 game capture windows up at the same time? That is less than ideal. There we go. That's fine. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All good to go. All good to go. But I've been really enjoying it. I've been really enjoying it. let's just transition over here. Let's make sure the audio's not too loud. How's the audio? Oh, that's too much audio. How's that? Can you hear me okay? How's the audio levels? Please do let me know. But yeah, I've really been enjoying playing it. It's been a really interesting game. I'm glad I decided to pick it up. I really am. Although, can't deny, maybe a bit of a more recent horror game would have been a bit better. Something more recent, something that people haven't seen played to death 10 years ago, you know? Maybe that would have been better. Audio's fine, that's good. That's very good. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, maybe playing something less than 10 years old would have been a good idea as well. But you know what, that's fine. That's completely fine. I am enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, actually. So, from my understanding, I had a little look at the wiki to see what levels there were. I had a little look at the wiki to see what levels were left, and it looks like we're just coming up to the end of Chapter 2. By the end of the first stream, we got to the elevator. That was the end of Chapter 1. The end of Chapter 2 would be finishing the last of the 2 levels in this area here. And then there's a whole of Chapter 3 still to go. So I'm not sure how much more of the game we'll be able to get through today. Because I've got the stream later on this evening, I really don't want to play for a really long time today. Like right now. Because I will just overexhaust myself. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play through as much as I can here. Then I'll go away, I'll see to some obligations that I have. And make sure that I am looking after myself. And then I'll be able to come back and I'll be able to enjoy my stream later on this evening. That's my plan. That's my plan. So the question is, how much can I get through in about 3 hours or so? How much progress can I make in about 3 hours? So let's just see where we left off. I've got a jar of blood. Why do I have a jar of blood? I don't even remember why I have the jar of blood. A mixture made of 3 ingredients. The remaining pieces of the orb are found in the choir. Agrippa the dying man seeks a note written by a man named Johann Weyer. An orb is needed to enter the inner sanctum. Its shattered pieces lie scattered in the torture rooms. Lovely. Let's see. There's notes. Agrippa channels Weyer. Weyer taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Weyer claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Right, we've got that. Tampter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Cairnk. I will have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. We know where the well is. But we're gonna need a host. And I've got a horrible feeling that I'm gonna end up being that host. Because I've not found any other likely vessels. Although there is a piece of meat here. Maybe that meat would do. That's interesting. But yeah, what we're gonna do... I guess we're gonna go for the choir. And I've heard that this is the toughest level in the game. This is gonna be the toughest level in the game. Apparently. For the sheer number of wandering monsters that there are. And I don't like that it's lit up already. I really dislike this. Good luck. Yeah, I need it. I really, really need it. I don't like this already, you know. I really don't like this already. The fact that there are lights lit up already is meant to put me into a false sense of security. This is what the game's doing. It's trying to put me into a false sense of security where I think I'm safe. Look, there's lots of lights everywhere. I can see. Light is a good thing. But then it's just going to turn those lights out.
15th of August,
Oh dear.
1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions.
Eep.
Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it.
Yeah.
Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry.
Okay, so the game wants me to actually commit a nice murder here. Yeah, I told you this was going to give me a false sense of security.
You must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Okay. I want out. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I know what this game wants from me.
I didn't do anything.
Meh, meh, meh.
Cut the lines.
Sounds familiar.
Cut the lines. Please, the man cries.
Okay. Well, maybe now I understand why Daniel...
One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Yes, this game wants death. This game wants death. I dislike. I think I've lost a lot of sanity to that. And...
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Okay. So maybe now I can slightly understand why Daniel wanted to remove his memory. I bet. Oh. Oh no, 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 no. Oh dear, oh dear. There's a she now? Yeah, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. There's a she now. Who's she? So now I can kind of understand why Daniel wanted to remove his memory. If he's done horrible stuff like this. This is the main hall. My sanity is not doing good. I do have plenty of health at least. I don't like this. They shall not be missed, indeed. Well, yeah, this is Oh dear.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge.
Revenge?
How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened.
Oh dear. I'm being attacked and I can't even see the thing. Oh dear. I dislike this. That isn't fair. You don't get to play a cutscene and attack me at the same time. That's breaking rules. That's breaking rules. Okay. The danger is understood. The danger is understood and seen and appreciated. Okay. I dislike this greatly. I greatly dislike this. Okay, where's the thing? I can't see anything. I can't see peanuts. Both headphones are on. Normally I like leaving one ear free so that I can actually hear myself speak. But I'll have to go with both of them now. So I can hear what the nasties are. Okay. It's just a rat. Keep my ears open. I know when the game's just trying to trick me. Fallen pillars. Here's a bridge. Where did this take me? I don't like that. There's something after me.
She deserved it, that little bitch.
Charming. I can't see anything, there's dramatic music playing. Oh, I don't like this. Right, let's try going this way. This is the way the thing was before. We know where the exit is if I need to take it. Just keep following the room around to the right. That's some oil. I think this is just dramatic music. I can deal with just a little dramatic music. But now it's gone back to normal. Or what passes for normal. Okay. We just keep the light off, don't draw attention to ourselves, and I think we're all good. Just checking there if I had the knife in my inventory. It doesn't look like I do. Just some debris. It feels like this should be where that other bridge is. It feels like it should be near here. Maybe a bit further along. Yeah, that's it. That's the bridge. That's good. I'm building a mental map of this area. Oh dear. Something's there. Add some light. Just let us see a bit. We'll keep that door open just now.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim.
Oh no.
All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
This is dark. Lovely indeed. Lovely. Right. I did hear something moaning in this general direction. That's the wheel, I take it. Am I taking like psychic damage? Oh no, I'm actually restoring damage. That'll be the wheel. Just get to click it. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly, and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Okay. Another piece of the orb. Which means there's only one left here. And then it's the fungus. Well, that's the hammer. That's the hammer that they used a sledgehammer to cave in this chest. Bloody lovely. Right, okay. We're a good chunk of the way. The fungus among us. I was going to make that joke, but I restrained myself. Right, I can't make a save. What we do is, we take our time. If we need to, we can retreat to that room. Let's go to the other side of this. Keep your ear out. There's probably another torture chamber over here. Lots of grass and moss here. Nasty. Can't get over that, can I? I can. Good. Okay, that's me freaking out. Where? Okay, I just saw him fall off the edge there. Did you see him fall off the edge? I'm gonna chalk that up as a win, okay? I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. He was not prepared for the level's geometry. I'm taking it. The tissue is soft and should be possible to break open. I can probably use the hammer. Yes. I got the poison gland. That's something I need. That's restored some sanity. How is my sanity anyway? Just slight headache. Okay, this is fine. This is probably the next torture room. Oh, I know what this is. I've heard of these things. They're a bull made of bronze or what have you that you light a fire under, and the person inside dies. Painfully and slowly. I've heard of these things. They're ancient and horrible. The treater did not know what to think of the brass bull as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realise it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and travelled through the complex instrument which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull bellow. Yeah, they were a torture implement. They were used in antiquity, and they were used through the Middle Ages, and it's bloody horrifying. The ability of humans to come up with inventive ways to murder other humans will never cease to horrify me. Right, do we have all the pieces of the orb? Still says the remaining pieces. Are there 6? There's probably like 6 pieces, aren't there? Notes. No notes about the orb. Or how many pieces there are. I'll assume that there's going to be another piece, because I've got 1, 2... Wait, can I just merge? They won't stay together. Okay. So we're not quite done yet. Really starting to think we're doppelgangers. You think we're doppelgangers? Right, this time, keep on the right. We keep on the right-hand side. But that was a piece of orb there. Okay. We're making progress. We are making some good progress. Dear. Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair. I went the wrong way, didn't I? He's right on my tail. Ah, you... Damn it. Don't run. But what do I do then? Okay, how much progress did I lose? I still have 5 pieces of orb, rather. Right, okay. Lost track of my mental map. What we'll do is we'll go around to the left. We'll go around to the left, and we'll see if we can find any more bridge. I don't think there was one. I think this is a wall, isn't it? Yeah, it seems to be a wall. The game did say that this was the toughest section. Visibility is down and there's nowhere to hide. Looks like a doorway. Is that the one that I was already through? It might be, you know. Actually, I don't know if it is. Is this the one with the bull? That doesn't look like a bull to me. No, this is something else. It's an Iron Maiden. Another delightful murder device. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glistening as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked, and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realise his eye had ruptured and begun to leak. Yeah, another horrible torture device. Another piece of orb, and I think that's all the ones we need. I think so, at least. Yeah, we've got all the orb pieces. Right, this is good. We've got all the pieces of orb, and we've got the poison gland from the mushroom. So what's left? Iron Maiden is a relatively recent invention. Ooh, I didn't know. I'd imagine like maybe 18th century or so? Something like that? When was it invented? You've got me interested now. Tampter. Right, that's from the Cairn. We need a host and a well to contain it. Okay. Okay, we've got all the pieces of the orb. All we need to do is leave. All I need to do is leave. Which means I stay on the right-hand wall. I do not lose track of the right-hand wall. I bet you I came from like that way. I should have just kept going right, shouldn't I? Just follow the room round. It's not actually as complicated an area as it seems. It's just a big loop, isn't it? There's probably something hidden in the middle. But I don't care. I know what I'm here for. And here's the door. And we can leave the choir. We can leave the worst area in the game. Screw you, game. I hate you. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I do not know why I'm doing this to myself. Right, there's gonna be a jump scare through here, isn't there? I still don't trust this lit up room. The bodies are gone. Anything new? Early 19th century, wow. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, nothing new. The bodies are gone though, which I greatly dislike. Back to the nave. Let's talk to the big man, shall we? All we need now is this... what was it, Sumpter? What's happening? I greatly dislike that.
Ah, you again. Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic via disguise. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Okay. So we're choosing to save him.
I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
This is like literally the one person or creature that has been anywhere near nice to me. I think the way to it is through here, isn't it? Or is this not the way we came from originally? That's the chancel. I think this is it. This should be the big, like, church room, shouldn't it? I think it is. So yeah, we can opt to save the guy. This doesn't seem right, does it? Does it? No. We're not going that way. This is the wrong area. You went the wrong way. We're not going in there. It's locked. What? Why is the door locked? That's not fair. Did I do wrong? Did I do wrong? Did I accidentally hang someone out to dry? Oh, come on! Come on! I think that was intentional. That was intentional. That must have been intentional. There was nothing I could do. Yeah, that was intentional. Yeah, that was intentional. That was completely intentional. The game needed me to do that. I couldn't have progressed if the game didn't do that. I still have all my stuff, strangely enough. They're really bad jailers. Yeah, that was kind of unfair.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the Amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the Orb's shadow and save our work, and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Okay. Strangely, he didn't take the pieces of the orb. Right, how do I get out of here? I dislike this. I think I might have done this out of order. But it's fine, because I got a pipe. What else do we have? What else can I interact with? Ah, I've got another iron bar here. Not loose enough. Right, I got an iron bar. Maybe if I move this over. Nope, that's not how to do it. That's not working. What do I do in here then? There must be something I can do. Iron bar, an iron rod from the cell bars. Combination does not work. Combination does not work. Well, here's a shadow. Oh dear. Shadow? Are you my friend? Will you help me? Somehow I don't think so. I mean, what am I even meant to do? Am I meant to die? Is death an option? Is that the point here? Hello? Like, is that literally it? Am I just meant to die right now? What do I do here? Choose Violet Smile. Shows us ghosts, mutants, demons, whatever, who's boss. I would, if there was something for me to hit. As it happens, there kind of isn't. I feel like I'm trapped. And there's nothing to do. Let's try... bashing this? No. No. Maybe I can hit this now? No. And that's not coming off. It feels like it should, given how much it's wiggling. Something in a well. Why give me the bar? Unless the game is literally just saying, haha, I'm gonna put the bar here just so that you think there's something you can do to get out of here. In which case, that's just mean. Let's just try suicide. Yeah, come on, get me. Yeah, one more hit. Come on, keep going. Guess I'll die. Man, that does like next to no damage. Come on, finish me off. Finish me off, come on. Come on. Just watch, I'll die and then the door will just magically unlock. The place has got covered in more of this stuff. Did that happen on a timer, or did it happen because I was hurting myself? I'm gonna assume that it happened on a timer. Come on, finish me off. Give me death. Or give me victory. I don't think it's even killing me, to be honest. I don't... Can this stuff even kill me? I don't know if it can. It doesn't seem to be killing me. Well, this is boring. Hello, don't act dumb. Also, Jack. Hello, Jack. Didn't register that was you for a second there. Yeah, I honestly, again, have no idea what I'm doing. Some slightly obtuse game design. Nope. No idea. Can't die. Can't open the door. Am I literally just trapped in here forever? Is that literally the thing? In which case, that's just bad design, if you ask me. No idea what you're doing? Start doing everything. I'm doing everything. I even tried suicide. It turns out the game's too much of a wimp to actually kill me. I've got no health, I'm taking damage, and it doesn't kill me. Do I need to, like, assemble the orb? Can I eat the meat? Do you want some meat? What do I do? Blood on the stick? No. Blood on the meat? Nope. Damn it, game. I literally... Yeah, I want to die. But the game isn't letting me do anything. Is there anything on the ceiling that I can interact with? Okay. I appear to have lost even more sanity. But still these bars are clear. Yes, yes. There's literally nothing. I think there's literally nothing I can do. I've been in here like, it feels like 10 minutes now. No wonder people go crazy in prison. Or when they're tortured. Well, the game's definitely bringing that feeling to life. Maybe Mal's too good and I can't die. You know what? No. Because the game would still end up killing me. I think I literally am just left here to die. I think I am literally just trapped. But then why give me the bar? Why give me the bar? What am I supposed to do? I think I'm literally just trapped. I really think I am. What is with this? I honestly don't know what's up with this. Is the game I don't think the game's broken. I think this is a good time to actually check the wiki, because I've left the wiki up on my screen. Sales, is that it? Torture Knave Redux. I think I might have gone the wrong way. Where did I go to? Did I go to the chancel? Torture chancel. Yeah, we're looking at the wiki again. Dark Descent. Let's see. Apparently there is a way to escape. Apparently there is a way to escape. So we've got the orb pieces. Right, okay. Okay, there is a way to go through. So we've got the bed. Crouch. Jump, crouch. Kind of a jump, crouch apparently lets you jump through here. Come on, come on, come on. So... Jump, crouch. No. Jump, crouch. Come on. Let me through. I think we ran out of time.
Please, let me go.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, I'm out there. Look, I'm there. I'm there. That's not fair. That is not fair. That's not fair. I'm dead. Great. Yeah, no, apparently this is what the game's designed to be like. Apparently this is the game.
Thank you, my friend. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. You will be celebrated forever.
Apparently I'm a quitter. I gave up. Yeah. Don't patronize me, video game. Right, let's see. Apparently there are different solutions to getting through. Let's see. Okay, there are ways through. Right, let's load game. That's the autosave in the chancel. We'll take the autosave in the nave, because that was the way that I didn't want to go. That was the way I didn't want to go. I went that way by accident, and then the door was locked behind me. And I don't appreciate that at all.
Good to see you. Incredible. You found Via's recipe.
Yeah, I've got the recipe.
Still be a challenge.
I'm still an ingredient short for you, though. Wait, was that the well there? That's the well. Right, and I think if we use the meat on the well... No. Yep, meat on the stick. This is what I thought. Put this down, we'll get a noise. Thank you. Oh, don't be so dramatic. The remains. A bone covered in mucus. That'll be the stuff that we needed from it. Good, good, good.
I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you.
Right, so now we have the remains. We've got the poison. And we've got the blood. So we've got everything we need to give him his tonic.
Gather the ingredients for Via's tonic before attempting to mend the orb. There might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
Yes, yes, yes. Right, if I walk over here and then walk over here, will he notice?
All the orb pieces you need.
No, he's still gonna do that.
I know I have no right.
Right, okay, that means we do have to go through here. Now we go into the chancel, then we die, then we escape that, what's it called? Cell. Right, I have no fear now. I know what I need to do. I have the walkthrough in another tab, so I can cheat if and when I need to. So I've stepped through here, and come get me, boys. There were 3 of them. Yeah, I had no chance there. So they yeet me into a cell. That's fine. Cheating is an ugly world. Don't worry, don't act dumb. That was intentional. That was an intentional death. For some reason, game mechanics are different now. They'll capture me instead of kill me for once.
You had me worried.
So now we can grab this.
I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture?
And there should be somewhere on this wall.
Does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
And apparently you can knock down the wall just like that. Take that again, just in case. And that's an oil flask. We'll take that. Yeah, apparently that was it. There was a hole in the wall. Although apparently you can also jump through the gap there. I think that's a speedrunning strat, though. Now I need to escape. Go that way. Let's check the other cells. There's a bucket there. Which apparently I can take with me. That's a tinder box. Laudanum. And a note. There's little left to say. I write solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of these last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. When I first arrived, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb, but now I feel the close walls comforting me. As long as I am here, there is no pain. The walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier as one of my wardens dropped a key down the pipes. It gave me hope for a second, thinking I could escape if only I could somehow reach it from here. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I best you and escape your clutches and return with all the knights of the realm carrying pistols and sabres. In my dreams. And I take it he died. That's some more lamp oil. Okay, we did it. With only slight cheating. It is locked. Ah, but he did say someone dropped down a key, didn't they? He did say something about a key. But it doesn't seem to... Ah, it might have been dropped down here. So let's take the bucket, attach it here. Nope, rope needs to be reeled in first. Right, there we go. And now we take the bucket. And we attach the bucket to the rope. Lower it down. Blush. Get the bucket's back. There's a bucket of water. What do we do with a bucket of water? Let's use some oil. What's that note? What did it actually say about the key? Drop a key down the pipes. And he wants to reach it. So the pipes are running all over. So maybe I need to flush the key out of the pipes? But where is... Ah, here's a broken pipe. There we go. That gives me the rusty key. That worked. How many tinder boxes do I have? 11. feel like I'm being chased. Yep, this is a chase. Left. Cave in. Right. Come on, come on, come on. Yep, okay. Down here, into the blood. Those are monstrously large footsteps. Is that the shadow? Is that Cthulhu? And I'm back to the nave. Okay, 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 okay. Calm down, Mal. You escaped the monster. Oh yeah, puzzle and horror. This was the cells. Well, I escaped the cells. That's good. Tinderbox. What happened? I just picked up a note.
Of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children.
Okay, I'm supposed to be riding a carriage here, I take it.
We took the coach, went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others.
Okay.
As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children.
Oh dear.
We should have more than enough prisoners to finish.
You know, there is a special place in hell for child murderers. Okay. Concerning. Do I still have the bucket, by the way? I don't. I hope I don't need the bucket, because I ain't going back. Well, this place has gone all fleshy. I recognize this area. This is the area that I couldn't quite access everywhere of before. If we go through... Can we go through here? I think we might need to. Come on. Just crawl under it.
Get away! You shouldn't do that.
Spreading. Is it me or is the floor tilted? Thing is, it's Amnesia. I literally don't know. It could be my perception or the floor could actually be tilted. This place has just been ransacked. By the looks of it. Alright, this is where I need to make the elixir. Yeah, let's let the guy out. He's suffered quite a lot. Do I still have my chemistry jar? I suppose I do. Heat is steaming out the compartment. Right, what do I put in the compartment? Let's put the blood in. Blood needs to be purified. Okay, so how do I do chemistry? Different processes. This is something for squeezing something out of something solid. That's something for distilling. And then, where's the big chemistry rack? There's normally a big chemistry rack. Right, we'll put the blood here. That should boil off what I don't need. There we go. The incomplete tonic. And over here, I probably need to put the bone in. Can't squeeze the bone, but I can squeeze the poison sac. Should not squeeze until a container is placed below. Okay, so we've got the incomplete tonic. That do? Yep, that'll do. That squeezed what we need there. And now, if we put the tonic here, we should be able to put the bone in here. And that should complete the tonic. Somehow. Fire's tonic. Fire!
I thought I'd lost you. The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now.
Yep, I've done that. Do you not want the tonic?
You did it. Thank goodness. Now, pay attention. First, beat me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head. As the tonic
Saw.
begins to work, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life.
Okay, sure.
Take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate, Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act.
Where's the saw, first of all? That's my question.
Quickly, off with the head. And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate.
Where's the saw? Where is the saw?
Who, me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important to you. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead heart for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume.
Saw? Do you want to tell me where the saw is, game?
Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Is it through here? Yep, that's the saw. Right, how graphic is this gonna be?
I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Rein.
Right, saw time. Oh, that sounded good. You're with me, Agrippa. Okay. We just got a man's head. Well, I've heard of getting head, but this is ridiculous. Well, I suppose we can't get through there. So there should still be a door here that I can go through. Maybe over here.
He sees what I see.
Ow. Not by the looksies of it. Not a good way to get ahead in life, absolutely not. Right, through this... No, that way seems locked too. And that way's locked. So where do I go? Do I need to go back up here? Ow. Ow. Can I go this way? Nope. I don't think I am meant to go this way again, but... Ow. Because this is the way I came from. And there's no other door. Like, that's where I came from. Yes, yes, I hear you slurping away down there. Right, back down here. Is there a shortcut? Not really. I don't want to take that fall. This game does not seem like it would be generous with fall damage. Let's be this way. So how do I get to the laboratory? I'm out of oil again. Actually, I'm completely out of oil. That's concerning, actually. I bet it's just through here, and there's another key that the game didn't highlight to me and I missed. Budge. But why? Where do you want me to go, game? You must want me to go somewhere. Let's try this way again. I know we're going to take some damage. Yep, saw that coming. Yeah, this is fine. We'll go up the stairs here. If I can. If I could see the stairs. Well, yeah, it made a scary noise. That means I'm going the right way. Oil, good. This way? This is the way I just came, isn't it? Yeah, that's the chancel. Oh, but I can cut through the chancel to get to the... Maybe this is how I get to the laboratory again. I was told that this area had completely collapsed. So that means that those nasties might not still be here.
You'll never see it coming.
Okay. Nowhere to run or hide. A lot of goofy stuff. That's not good. He's coming for me. That's a dead end. You little crap, you better not hit me. Oh, come on. Yes, I have to carry on. Yes, yes, yes. Why are you right in front of me now? Right, through the portal. I think I need to use a gripper. Nope. The orb. An adhesive. Adhesive, adhesive, adhesive. Is it your goo? Oh, that's not fair. Right, let's just turn and look away. I pretend I do not see. We're playing Hachima. And he spotted me anyway. Nothing I could do. Nothing I could do there. Yeah, I have to carry on, but there's nothing I could do. Right, that means I need to look around in here. That room over there probably has the adhesive. Because I don't think it's through here. Are you my wayward son? You know, I don't know if this character has a son, as it happens. Right, okay. Where is the nasty? He's over there behind that door. There must be a way to trick him or dupe my way around him. There must be. Did that do the job? I think we're okay. I think the game's taking pity on me. I'll take it. That's tar. That's what we need. Why is there stairs down there? I don't like that.
August 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down and... what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent, but to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
Right, we got stairs going down here. Okay, it looks like this is all just machinery. I don't know if there's anything important in here. It feels like there should be something important. But it doesn't seem like there is. Right, is the nasty still about? Not that I can see. I don't like that pulsing thing. Right, we've got the tar. As I thought, we do have adhesive. You know, I'm really going to be interested to watch a speedrun of this. I'll be really interested to see a speedrun of this at some point. Bucket of tar. Good, good. And we have restored the orb. And it looks like I can go through now. Ah, guess not. Why can't I take the orb? And I'm bleeding badly. Can I take it now? Agrippa? No. Agrippa? Counting on you. Hammer and chipper? Nope. Rod? Nope. Maybe I need to go back downstairs now? That mechanism room? Because it's doing something. I'll give it a try. Did that do anything down here? Doesn't seem to have. Right, what did that do in practice? Like, what have I achieved? The portal went all blue and wibbly. It's being attracted by the orb. But what do I do now that the orb is active? I can't really do anything to pick it up. I can't walk through here. I just take a lot of damage when I do. Yep. Orb. Right, quickly check the walkthrough. Chancel, assembling the orb. Ah, right. Okay, so I was right in the first place. There is something I need to do down here.
Shouldn't trust him.
Am I losing sanity? Yeah, I'm losing sanity to contact with the orb. Or maybe it's just because I'm low on sanity. Right, let's see if we can get my eyes to normalize. Doesn't look like it. Jam the cogwheels. Where's... Hold up. Ah, it's up here. Okay. Bim bim bum bum bim. Well, that restored my sanity. Monster. Monster on the stairs. It's right there. Play hide in here. Come on, game. Don't do this to me now. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Lesson. Testing. Doesn't seem to have come down the stairs. Still in the doorway, or are you gone? He's gone. He might have just been a jump scare monster. Because I don't see him on the bridge. He's the way I need to go. He's over there. I just saw him. Has he despawned, or am I gonna need to wait for him to come back this way? I think he might have despawned. We'll go slow. Just in case he didn't despawn. Because I'm not sure if the game's really that tricksy. But it might be. Don't hear him. Don't see him. And the orb is gone. And now we're in the inner sanctum. So we need to let him open the portal, and then we follow him through. Right, what are we looking for?
19th of August,
Pages.
1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster. And now...
You kinda did it by choice though, Daniel.
I'm too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I'm as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
Okay. We just made a blood sacrifice, I take it. And to the other side. Door doesn't open. Let's see what the notes say. Mementos. Search for a way to open it. I mean, I've given blood. Put my blood in the altars. Where do I go now? Okay. Ow. Ow. Keep running, keep running, keep running. The Orb Chamber. Yeah, I don't think Daniel's a good guy here. Yeah, he became a murderer. Yeah, Alexander took him on this path, but the decision was ultimately his.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is everything nice and clear now? Am I the villain?
Well, you are floating naked.
And evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
Nope. Right, we let him open the portal. And we help out Agrippa. Agrippa helped us, we'll help him. What do we do? Is there anything we can do? If I touch this... On the verge of falling over... We don't mind if it falls over. We want him to open his portal, don't we? Ow. Okay. I thought we'd be able to chat, you know, have a cup of tea, discuss our differences, get stuff figured out. Dramatic music's playing. It's like the game wants me to push these over, and I know it does, but I don't know if I want to. No mementos. Do I push it over? I did it, Zay.
I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life?
To save my life.
Maybe I'm saving mine too.
I know for a fact you left me to die. Maybe this will like deny him the power that he wants. Come on. Oh, that's gonna tip that way, so let's go this way.
You are ruining it. We are so close, I beg you.
Right, he wants to open a portal.
You, Daniel, a prisoner of circumstance, trapped in a world I no longer recognize. As you gain your freedom, will you deny me mine? We are so close, closer than I've been for centuries.
Oh, hurry up and open it. I don't want to be sitting around here forever. I'm pushing these over because I'm bored at this stage. Come on, dude. Open your portal. Let's get Agrippa. We're not in any rush here or nothing. Open your portal. I'll save Agrippa. You can do whatever, as long as you don't destroy the freaking universe or kill me. Right, I can't go through.
I can finally return home.
Home? Okay, let's use Agrippa's head on that. So you're just a liar, are ya?
No, you fool! You have ruined us.
Yeah, you're just a liar. You were gonna leave me to the shadow anyway. And it looks like I died too. Do I? No? I can move and I can look.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more.
Agrippa?
Please, help him. I know you can.
This.
Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
Okay. I suppose that was it. I have to say, still have absolutely no idea what the heck is going on. I do have to say, So yeah, at the end of it, okay, let's do a little recap. Let's do a little recap of what I do know. We'll do a little recap of what I do know. Yes, okay, yeah, question mark, congratulations. It looks like what happened is, Alexander was trying to go through Portal. He was doing some kind of weird Elder God thing, I don't know. He had been speaking through Agrippa to Vire for a long time, or through Vire to Agrippa. And it looks like what was going on was he was opening the portal, Elder God stuff. Agrippa was caught on the other side of the portal. Vire was the one who was on my side. The medium. And it looks like what happened was, by putting Vire's head through the portal, it allowed Agrippa out of the other side. And maybe the portal could only be used by one person at a time. I was being completely played by Alexander the entire time. He was gonna let the shadow get me. He was absolutely gonna let the shadow get me. So at least on this side, I get kind of saved, question mark. I got saved by Agrippa and Vire. I think they helped me. So I suppose that's maybe kind of it. You know what, bear with me. I'm gonna have a look at this. Well, apparently that is the best possible ending. Yeah, it looks like let's see, passwords. Get one of these. And also, apparently, I unlocked the extra content RAR file. The dev files, yeah. But yeah, apparently that's the best possible ending. So, yeah, you go to the middle where the portals are, wait for the portal to be fully open. When it becomes big and blue, use Agrippa's head on it. Alexander's plans are foiled and he gets annihilated. And congratulations, you have just finished one of the most horrifying games in gaming history with the best possible ending. So yeah, apparently that's it. Apparently that's a win. I suppose we're going back to my BNG. Okay, looks like the other endings were just push all the pylons over. Alexander's plans are crushed and he gets annihilated. And that's the normal ending. Bad ending, you do nothing. The bad ending is do nothing. That's a really bad ending. Not just in terms of being the bad end of the game. It means that you've literally gone through the entire game for no reason. You just let stuff happen. Why would you do that? Why would you go through all that trouble just to do nothing and watch the end of the game? Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to read the wiki entries. I'm going to read the wiki entry for the plot. And I'm going to see if I can get an understanding of what happened. So it's set in, yes, Prussian Brennenburg Castle. And he knows something is hunting him indeed. So there's a note to get to the inner sanctum, murder Alexander. And there's a living nightmare chasing him. That's the shadow. For completion's sake. Yeah, seems like it. But yeah, we beat the game. Okay, so there's fleshy stuff as the nightmare getting closer, as we thought. Diary entries tell you the backstory of what happened. The burial chamber. I'm surprised we got through the rest of the game so quickly, to be honest. I thought I wouldn't be able to finish the game today, and that I would need to like spend part of my stream on Sunday finishing it off. But yeah, I'm surprised. It took me like 2 hours. It took me like 2 hours to finish this off today. So that went really well. The nightmarish mutated creatures and the shadow. So the shadow, let's see. The otherworldly and mysterious guardian of the esoteric orbs. It hunts down and usually kills those who come into contact with an orb without being sufficiently initiated to the Mithraic arts and capable of wielding its power. A universe catching up with itself. It's described as a beast, a brooding abomination, a shadow cast by the orb, or a lived nightmare breaking down reality. Leaves flesh-like residue that's harmful to the touch. Manifestations appear with a loud roar and violent shaking that can cause damage, also known to cause great mental anguish. Its typical method of killing includes tearing its victim limb from limb, splitting their heads open, and flaying their skin. Lovely. Before the fall of the Mithraic faith, knowledge on how to wield the orbs without unleashing the shadow was more widespread. This knowledge was ultimately lost for most of humanity, with Dutch physician and occultist Johann Weyer being one of the notable few to figure out how to properly wield an orb without falling victim to its shadow, thus amassing a large collection of orbs throughout his lifetime. Okay, so yeah, it's attacking Daniel's the reason for everything happening. Fleshy residue can be a significant obstacle, but as I discovered in the cell, it doesn't kill you, it just damages you. And damage is not the thing that'll stop you in this game. Massive invisible being. Charming indeed, charming indeed. Yeah, sanity. Ooh, sanity decreases when you're too close to the fleshy residue. I didn't know that. Will not always hurt on contact, but avoid it as much as possible. So the shadow safeguards the orb from thieves to protect the universe. That's a really odd one. Agrippa found one was caught but not harmed. Yeah, and he was dropped somewhere else. So it's up to the otherworldly force whether it's mutilated, spared, or completely devoured. Okay, well that's interesting. Shadow's pursuing Daniel. That is absolutely the case. I am tainted and branded, but that doesn't mean anything because the Baron is being intentionally crypted. To taint it is to be contaminated, whereas branding is to mark them indelibly, indicating ownership. And yes, I can't stop it. From the towers of the castle to the toxic sewers underneath and the bottomless pits of the chancel, no environment deters or hinders its expanding organic matter. And there's more details about future games that maybe we'll get around to at some point. If Daniel chose to stop the ritual, the shadow would overtake the chamber. Wait, let's see the details. When Daniel entered the inner sanctum to confront Alexander, another tense pursuit between Daniel and this cosmic persecutor commenced. Fortunately, Daniel was able to slow it down by closing a huge door, buying him precious time to break the final seal to the Orb Chamber where the Baron awaited. The shadow overtakes the area with its organic matter and roars again when Daniel leaves the area. It did. The Orb Chamber marked the final encounter with the shadow, one that will result in 3 different endings depending on what Daniel does, allowing the ritual to take place either by doing nothing and watch Alexander escape, or throwing Agrippa's head through the portal. This will result in him being consumed with the Guardian. Furious with him for either allowing another to abuse the orb's power or misusing it himself, the cosmic force devoured him. Daniel's consciousness is sucked inside the shadow, a dark void, where the only sound is the sickening squelching of the beast's fleshy matter. If Daniel decided to save Agrippa, he asks Johann Weyer to work on a way to save him, as heavenly lights appear beneath the shadow. If not, Daniel faces the cosmic guardian alone, without any hope of escape, and his worst fear is finally realised as he's trapped forever inside its absolute darkness. If Daniel chose to stop the ritual, the shadow would overtake the chamber. Alexander's escape bid is foiled, and he screams that they're both going to die. However, the Guardian is appeased by the length and effort that Daniel went to stop the Baron from misusing the orb. It will not roar or frighten Daniel and further prevent its organic tissue from hurting him. The shadow spares Daniel, and for his earlier transgression only devours Alexander as atonement. No longer hunted, Daniel is free to leave Brennenburg with a guilt-free conscience. So that's really interesting. That is actually really interesting. So by getting the good ending, by saving Agrippa and Weyer, it looks like that means we actually make things worse for ourselves. We do get consumed by the shadow. We get consumed by the shadow and are trapped in that otherworldly space. But having saved Agrippa, that means there's a chance for us to get out, and for them to get out too. So that's actually really interesting. I like that. For a game that's basically a nega dungeon, and I love the concept of a nega dungeon. I'll need to have a chat about that at some point in the future. We'll talk about that at some point, I think. But I think, yeah, this game's definitely a nega dungeon. Like, as you go in it, you do more and more horrible things, or you see yourself doing more and more horrible things as the game goes on. Definitely the story is about Daniel falling into a nega dungeon. Definitely the story is about Daniel falling into a nega dungeon. But, yeah. I think, yeah, by the good ending actually being worse for Daniel, it makes for a really interesting story. It makes it really interesting. Right, let's see if I can find out what happens at the end. 3 possible endings. Knock over the pillars, ritual fails. Shadow's assumed to be gone through redeeming his actions, and he can leave. If the players wishes to achieve this ending, after Alexander finishes his speech, they have 2.5 minutes to do it, okay. If doing nothing, the portal opens, leaving Daniel to face the shadow alone. If you use Agrippa's head on the portal, the ritual will be completed. Before Alexander can get through, resulting in his death, Daniel is seemingly killed by the shadow but wakes up in darkness, with small blue lights in the distance. If Daniel has Agrippa's head, the player has 1 minute to decide the outcome, as it can still end in 3 ways depending on the player's action. If you do nothing, Alexander enters. Daniel is killed slowly as his victims are begging for mercy. The game ends with Alexander thanking Daniel and saying his sacrifice will not be forgotten. There's a lesser 4th ending, yes, if you remain in the cell. Which we did by accident. The player has to wait 20 minutes for that to happen. Was I really in there 20 minutes? Okay. Yeah. It was... I didn't realise I was in there for that long, to be quite honest. But right, let's have a little quick look at lore on the Gatherers. What are the Gatherers? Originally soldiers who deserted... Oh, they're the soldiers who deserted their stations. They drank Alexander's poisoned wine. They ruptured. So that was their deal. The horrifying monsters that were hunting me were soldiers. Are titled Transformation in the game's files. Their lack of essence may hint at the fact they have been drained of their vitae. However, since they're still wandering around and not dead like the rest of Alexander's experiments, this can't be known for certain. Assuming that Alexander was behind the transformation from men into monsters, these creatures may have been his servants since the early 17th century, capturing live humans for Alexander's experiments. The process for turning them into a gatherer is only hinted at. The bodies are deformed after drinking tainted wine offered by Alexander. Probably just drinking the wine is not sufficient and more steps must be taken, like binding them to Alexander's will and grafting the metal pieces onto their limbs to keep the bones in place. It is speculated that Alexander turns only strong-willed and robust subjects into gatherers, like the soldiers and Wilhelm and his men. These men could be used to pain due to their military training and experience, thus making inadequate subjects for vitae extraction. I don't know, a lot of soldiers are still not very fond of torture. They're better, they've got a good pain resistance. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still torture a soldier. That's why it's a war crime, because it's horrible. But effective for the gatherer's role thanks to a strong build, okay? They could be the same servants encountered by Daniel and Gabriel. Don't know who Gabriel is, future game maybe. Theory can be supported by the fact that Daniel finds a wide collection of white clothes inside the castle rooms that the monsters may have used to hide their true horrid appearance. Interesting. They've got danger music, which is when they're wandering without knowing my whereabouts. Search music when they've seen me but lost sight of me. And attack music. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So that's somewhat clarified the ending a bit. Let's look at Agrippa. Can we see what his deal is? So he found an orb. The shadow got him, but he was spared. Met Alexander. Alexander recovered Agrippa's orb. The orb was shattered. Agrippa was kept prisoner after Johann Weyer escaped to the other world. We'll ask about the other world. What's going on with the other world? And enraged Alexander as he was unable to return to the world where he was banished from. Right, we're gonna have to look at what the deal was with Alexander again. Because we got all the notes, I just don't know if I've pieced it together mentally yet. His soul was trapped inside the dying husk of a body to ensure he wouldn't die of old age. Alexander wanted to further study the orbs with him, but Johann Weyer wanted to free Agrippa, giving Alexander a formula for a potion that would release Agrippa from his body. He offered to take Alexander back to his world, but Alexander was unwilling to trust Weyer and kept Agrippa prisoner. Encountered past halfway mark, yes. Ask to create a portion. Some sanity will be lost when Agrippa looks upon him. If not, pulling the switch upon entering the name after escaping the cells and consequently the shadow, Agrippa's head will already be removed and he will not talk. Because he will basically be dead. He may be telepathic. Yes. Fair enough. Agrippa is used as a plot device to resemble Daniel's morality. If the player chooses not to save Agrippa, Daniel will be depicted as selfish and hateful. If the player made the effort to save Agrippa with Weyer's tonic, Daniel will be depicted as charitable and sympathetic. These choices also affect how Alexander first responds when finally confronted, and loading screen messages explaining the fate of Daniel's sister Hazel. If Agrippa's severed head was placed in Alexander's portal at the end of the game and Daniel is consumed by the shadow, Agrippa's voice is heard, pointing to Daniel's good character by stating he deserves so much more. Okay. Really interesting. So that explains how Agrippa would die then. That explains the shadow dismembering. Because if you don't help Agrippa, then you see his head ripped off. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's look at Alexander. let's see what his story is. Supernatural telepathic being who's been masquerading as Prussian barons. Okay, so what is his deal? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? He's otherworldly, presumably. Little is known of his prior life in his home world. It's unknown whether his home was another planet or another dimension entirely, only that he was homesick for it for his entire existence on Earth, and some person who was his love remained there for whatever reason when he left. When Alexander arrived in our world is unknown, but the first record of his activities date his presence to as far back as the late 16th century. Okay. And he presented himself in Prussia as a German nobleman from the Rhineland. So from one side of Germany to the other. Okay. But no real detail. No real detail on what happened. No real detail on what happened to bring him to this world. Or why. Like, I know that I wanted to go back. But what's the real detail here? What's going on? Right, and let's see what exactly happened here. Right, okay. So after the killing of the Zimmermans, the farmers, and that little flashback we saw, Daniel really felt bad for murdering the small child. So he's the one who killed them. He's the one who killed the mother. Tracked the little girl upstairs. That's what we followed through before. We acted all that out. That's maybe why we could hear what happened. And because of that, we were freaked out when we realized that we were a murderer. Then Alexander was worried that we were going to turn on him. So he stole the orb and went to the Orb Chamber. And abandoned Daniel to the shadow. But I would have rather have completed the ritual first before abandoning him. So he planned to abandon me from the start. Lovely. And then Daniel realized he'd been manipulated, but couldn't live with the guilt of his actions, and took the Amnesia mixture. Okay. And then he had to make do. He had to make do with his shattered memories. Rebuild the orb. Alexander blamed Daniel for everything, or tried to convince Daniel he was to blame for everything. I don't know, I still don't think Daniel is completely absolved. I think by helping Agrippa, he probably redeems himself a bit, and the game definitely seems to say that. But I don't think he's absolutely absolved. He could have stopped at any time. He could have stopped at any time. He didn't have to do everything. Like, it's kind of a really bad message at the end of this game. It's like, torture is bad. Absolutely bad. But sometimes it's necessary in order to save yourself. Like, the only reason the ritual could go ahead as far as it did was because Alexander had already received enough vitae, which is produced by tortured creatures. The only reason we were able to get... The only reason that we were actually able to get Agrippa's head through the portal is because we helped Alexander torture enough people to open the portal in the first place. That doesn't seem like a good thing to me. That doesn't seem like a good thing to me. Like, even if your memory has been removed, you still committed those acts. And if you're the one to remove your own memories, then that doesn't exactly absolve you. The guilt is still there. The guilt is still there. Okay, so this kind of falls along lines of something that's kind of relevant to me, because there's this concept when it comes to cloning, well, not cloning, when it comes to teleportation. If you're to teleport something, a human, for example, there's this concept called the no cloning theorem, which suggests that if you were to copy a person exactly in one place and then rebuild them in another, so basically teleportation, the process of turning the body into the information to be sent would be irreversible. It would completely destroy the body of the original before recreating the body somewhere else. So if I were to teleport from one side of the world to the other, then my body here would be destroyed completely, but it could be rebuilt on the other side. If that wasn't the case, if it was possible for me to teleport but not break down my body here, like if I were to teleport but the same information was used to build another body for me here as well, there would basically be two of me. So yeah, there would be two people. There would be two people. Or basically, I would effectively die, but a new Mal would appear on the other side of the world with all of Mal's memories and experiences. But there's also nothing to stop that same information from being able to use multiple times to create another me. But anyway, it's a bit beside the point. If I were to commit some kind of horrible crime, and then I lost my memory, and I had no memory of the person that I was to begin with, to an extent you can say, okay, this is another entity entirely. This is a new being. This is a new person. So maybe the new entity isn't responsible for what the person has done until then. Like if they have absolutely no memory of what's happened before, they're kind of a new identity. But at the same time, it was their own choice to lose their memory. It's kind of by allowing the person to continue on guilt-free, is basically playing into the hands of the person who committed the crime in the first place. If you murder someone and then lose your memory, and you get tried for it and sent to prison, then if you intentionally lost your memory, you could still be convicted, because otherwise the murderer is getting away with murder. They know they can kill someone and then just remove their memory of having planned to do it, and then they can go on with their lives completely absolved of sin. That's not how it works. You're still a criminal. You've still committed the crime. We're getting into morals here. This kind of thing interests me. So yeah, the question there is, how do you deal with that morality? What do you do in that situation? Like, if you've captured someone who's murdered someone and then lost their own memory, the being in front of you has no memory of having committed the crime, or of having the will to commit the crime at all. They've lost all memory of it. But if you let them continue to live as they are, you're basically saying that the killer can do what they want. The killer gets the last laugh. But if you punish this person, then you're punishing what is, by any currently measurable method, an innocent person. And if you were to somehow force the amnesiac to remember their memories, are you killing the person that they've become in order to bring back the murderer? Or are you restoring the memories of the murderer so that they can properly suffer for the crime that they committed? Like, this has been explored before. If you're familiar with Doctor Who, then during the David Tennant era, there was a episode, I think it was a two-parter actually, where he had to seal away his memories of himself. And he basically lived out the life instead of a time traveling. It's too early in the day for this. It is never too early in the day for this. There was this double episode where he had to seal away his memories of himself as a time and space traveling alien, and convinced himself that he was I think he was a early 20th century school teacher. And he had convinced himself that he had this life from the start. And the question there was raised, if the only thing to do to save the day is to restore his own memories, and then if he restored his memories he could save the day, but it would kill the person that he was. And he does end up effectively killing that person. He still has that person's memories by the end, but he also has the more important memories, like the memories that he made as a living being, as a person with his own history, instead of this fake history that he picked up. So yeah, a being did have to die. It's kind of similar to that situation. In that case, a being did have to die, and it was a damn shame. And it's not the only time this concept was visited in Doctor Who. There was also, I forget what it was called, there was this episode where people would basically make clones of themselves using this vat of goo. And what would happen is the clones would end up going into this dangerous workplace environment where if something happened to them, the clone would die so that, you know, the actual workers wouldn't die. And at the time, everyone was like, okay, yeah, the clones are basically, it's like the movie Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, where they would be controlled by the person in the first place. It would basically be like playing a video game, but in real life. You make a clone of yourself that you can puppet, that your own consciousness can puppet. But then there was a malfunction that meant that the system crashed. So people were basically ejected from the simulation. They took over their normal bodies. But the clones of themselves still had their sentience in them as well. So now there were two instances of the same being. It's just that one happened to be a clone and one happened to be real. And the question there was, which of these two beings is legitimate? Which one of them has the right to their life? And it's a little bit of a false question when that question is posed, and it's very different to the question posed by Amnesia. But it's like, are these two people different beings? Do they both have a right to live? Do they both have a right to the life that they have? Or is it kind of a there can be only one situation? And quite a lot of the characters in that scenario did end up feeling there can be only one. There can be only one. These people have to die. The clones don't have a right to live. Because they're clones. The original versions have a right to live. But the clones themselves were like, no, we're sentient. We feel. We exist. So we have a right to live. So there's a natural problem there. But it does help illustrate the problem here. By the end of it, I think it was decided that several of the humans died, and some of their clones survived. I think there was one person who both the clone and the original survived, and what ended up happening was that they went on to champion equal rights for these clones. I think that's what happened in the end. Personally, I do think that if by some strange circumstance there was a clone of Mal, or if I had a complete copy of my mind put into a robot, or on a computer, or into some cyborg, or, you know, artificial human body, I would say that both of us would have an equal right to live. Both of us would have an equal right to live. I would basically consider all versions of myself to be an identical twin. We would all be identical twins because we would both have effectively the same experience of life up until that point. It's just that at that point we diverge. From that moment moving onwards, we decide that one of us... We don't go as deciding that the one who was biologically born is like the alpha or something like that. No. We'd come up with a different system. I think we'd maybe go with... I don't think we'd go with colours. But we'd need to find some... What's the word? What's the expression? It's like a non-counting way of differentiating between the two. Colours would be helpful. Just to help distinguish us. But both of us would have an equal right to live. We would just need to be able to distinguish between the two of us. And then we could say, like, if we ran into a friend and we were like, oh, hey, I saw like Mal Red walking down the town. Then I'd be able to say, no, sorry, that was actually me. I'm Mal Blue. You saw Mal Blue that day. But we'd both be legitimate. We would basically just be identical twins. I think what's really... We've gone very much off topic from Amnesia here. We've gone very much off topic, but I'm going to keep going anyway, okay? I think one of the things that's quite scary about having a duplicate of yourself is that it raises the question as to whether that you're legitimate yourself. And it also leans into your own insecurities, your own personal insecurities. For example, in the Doctor Who cloning example, there was one character who had a child. He had a partner and a child outside of the closed system that they were in. And he wanted to get back to his wife and child. He wanted to make sure that they survived. But the clone also had that same desire. He also wanted to be able to get out and see his wife and child. Because he still has all those memories. He's every bit as legitimate as the original version of him. And by the fact that both of them exist, and both of them want to be able to see their wife and child, it plays to your own insecurity of the idea that you could lose what you have in your life. It's like the idea that you could lose your partner. They could leave you and find someone else. Or that your child could grow up calling somebody else their parent. Like, this is a fear that people have. I have friends who have children, and I can see that fear in them. Like, it's not like an everyday fear with them, but you know, there is that degree of concern there. where you want to be able to see your child grow up, or you want to be able to live the life that you have, if you've got any kind of success, any job that you have pride in, if your family loves and cares about you, if you have friends that you keep up with on a day-to-day basis, you want these people to see you for you, and you don't want to see that taken away by anyone. And really, who's better at taking away everything you hold dear than another you? Who would be more successful at taking away everything from you than another you? And I think that's the real horror there, in there being two yous. It's your own securities feeding off themselves. And really, there's the only real solution to that. The only real solution to having a fear like that is, well, there's two solutions. There's two solutions here. There can be only one, where you have to kill each other to be able to make sure that you are the only one who can have that. Either that, or you have to accept that you're both legitimate. You are both the same person. You both want the same thing. And just because it's not normal situation doesn't mean you can't both be happy at the end of the day. It comes down to a question of not whether that you are okay with another person being in that position. It's the question of whether you are okay with yourself being in that position. It's whether you're content with yourself as an individual, rather than whether you are content with someone else, kind of thing. So what I'm saying is, in the case of cloning, what I'm saying is, in the case of cloning, polygamy is completely acceptable. If there are multiple clones of a person, then what I would say is, you don't need to, you don't need to worry quite as much about, you know, losing what you hold dear, because there's two of you. Like, just because there's two of you doesn't mean that you can't both continue to live the life that you do. I mean, there's all kinds of people who have messed up home lives or family situations, kind of thing. But basically, the way I see it personally, and I would hope that if I was in that situation, I would be able to do the same. So I'm gonna leave this as a mental note for future Mal, because this is one of my things. This is something that I have. This is something that I am gonna face at some point. Because one thing I've said before, one thing that I would want to do is to put my mind into a computer. Which means at some point, it means there's not going to be is this going to be a Malcast episode? Well, this would be a very short stream, okay? This would be a very short stream. I completed Amnesia in about 2 hours. I completed the rest of Amnesia in 2 hours. I may as well chat some more. Maybe I'll revisit this later. Maybe I'll revisit this little ramble and summary during the stream later on. I might need to be honest. Because it's a really good thing to talk about. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this talk. I know it's mostly me just chuntering to myself, but I'm enjoying it. But I am planning on someday being able to upload my consciousness. That is something that I would one day want to do. And assuming that I don't have to destroy the consciousness that I have now in order to do it, then at some point there would be two Mals. There would be the Mal in his original biological human body, and there would be a Mal in some form of computer body or artificial body. Whether it's in a regular computer, whether it's in an artificial biomechanical body, or maybe I have a clone. Who knows? That could be a thing. And then the question is, what do we do when there are two of me? And I think what we would do is treat both Mals the same. Both Mals have the same history up until that point. But from then on, we're effectively twins from that point onward. Until that point, we are both Mal, and then from that point, we separate. We both have equal right to everything that Mal was before then, but from that point, we diverge. So, for example, if someone in that situation was to use an example I've been touching on a couple of times. If we were to get married, say if I were married before this happened, and then I was to duplicate my personality, then what I would expect is for both versions of Mal to be considered married to the person that I was married to. If I had children in this marriage or this relationship or what have you, then I would consider both versions of this Mal to have that child. We would both be the parent. But if one of the two Mals went on to have another child, or if one of the two Mals decided further down the line that they wanted to be married to another person, then that was up to that Mal's decision. That would be their diverged decision. Because we would be two different identities at that point. So anything from pre-split, both Mals have a right to. Everything post-split, then only the Mal responsible for what actions were taken is responsible for it. So if, say, I cloned myself and my clone went on to commit murder, then I personally would not be responsible for the murder, only the other Mal would be the murderer. It may be that I would be capable of a similar murder, but it doesn't mean that I am responsible for that murder. That's how I would handle the situation. And I think that is how Doctor Who treated the situation. When you had the two versions of the same person, and they both went out and they were like, yeah, we're gonna fight for equal rights for each of us. We both have a right to our lives. I think they weren't personally bogged down by all the problems of having a partner and children, but those issues were addressed with other characters. Other characters were able to explore those concepts. So it wasn't entirely necessary for that character to have it there. But it was explored, and I think that is the most... Ultimately, that is the most humane thing to do. In my opinion, that is the most humane thing to do. Absolutely. But yeah, we've gotten a little bit off topic. We've gotten a little bit off topic from Amnesia. I think it can be enlightening as to how to treat things in Amnesia. It's a bit different. So, for example, for another example, if I were to commit murder and then I were to clone myself, both Mals would be responsible for the murder. Both Mals would be responsible for the murder. Assuming that they both have the same memory. But if I were to clone myself and then my original body... okay, if I were to clone myself, but my new body didn't have my previous body's memories, and then my original body died, so that all was left was my original my clone, then my clone would not be responsible for the murder because they have no memory of it. They're not even the original Mal. So what I would say is that... oh, that's actually really interesting. That's really interesting. Am I planning a murder? No, I'm not planning a murder. I'm speaking in hypotheticals. We're basically playing around with the grandfather paradox, but not quite. So, okay. So now that I've came to that understanding, that means that if I kill someone, clone myself, but my clone has no memories, and then I kill my original, and then my original body is dead, that means that my clone is not responsible for the murder. So that means that Daniel, even though Daniel committed murder, he lost his memories. He lost his memories. He created a version of himself that has no memory of committing the murder or what have you. So he can only be judged based on his own... he can only be judged based on his own actions. Which is what this game is saying. And... so if he recovers his memories, if he's able to recover his memories of the murder, then yes, he is still culpable for them. He still is guilty for them. And I would argue that he is still guilty of them because he does recover pieces of his memory. He hears the people that he's killed. He recovers his responsibility for what he's done. He realizes that he is still responsible for it. I think he is still guilty in this case because he's recovered those memories. He has fully recovered those memories. So he is still responsible for them. But what he has done is redeem himself somewhat. But he is still guilty, I would say. I would say he is still guilty. Hypotheticals. I'm preparing for the future, is what I'm doing. I am preparing for the future. And speaking of preparing for the future, it's now 3 o'clock. And I have another stream, and you can look forward to that. I have another stream in 5 hours' time. So you are planning a murder. No. I'm preparing for the possibility that I might have to commit murder in future. But I would need to clone myself, and I'm currently incapable of doing so. Let's see. One last thing before we go. I want to see what the Amnesia potion is. Made of Damascus Road. The flower of rose. The flower of Emerish. Used to make prisoners forget the terrible pain of torture. Now I don't have plausible deniability. Thanks a lot, Mal. You know what? Whatever. The thing is, there's nothing that I've said that will directly link to a specific murder. It may lead to an understanding of what my motives are. If this is one day used against me in court, if someone someday uses this against me in court, hi Mal, what the hell did you do to get yourself in this situation? Seriously, man, think about yourself. Think about what got you here. You're not anywhere near as clever as you think you are. If you thought you could get away with it, what the hell? Clearly you couldn't. Well done, genius. And also, what the hell brought you to the situation in the first place? What made you do it, huh? Think about it. Think about that. Was it worth it? I don't think it will be. So yeah, think on that. Also, I don't know what I want to say. Like, if I was actually in jail, if this was being used against me, I don't know if I would want people, like, the thing is, I don't know the circumstances. So if anybody is listening to this and using this as a measure of whether I'm guilty or not, don't look at me. Seriously, don't look at this version of me. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I've done. Maybe I do deserve it. Maybe I do deserve it. But I don't know right now. I don't know what murder has been done. I don't know what crime has been committed or anything. So there's really not much I can say in my own defense here. Maybe if I did know the situation, maybe I'd say, yeah, no, he's guilty. He totally deserves it. Maybe I would say that, but I can't because I don't know. I don't know what I've done in this hypothetical situation where this is being used as evidence against me. I don't know what I would have done. Maybe I do deserve it, but I don't know. So I'm just going to trust that if this one day does get used against me, then you'll make the decision based on the evidence you have in front of you. Sadly, all this will do is give you a bit more insight into my mental processes. Like, I can handle these kind of hypothetical situations, and I think I can handle them with grace. I don't know. If I'm being questioned, I bet I'm really frustrating. Mal, if you're being questioned, just stick to the facts. Don't talk about hypotheticals. You'll just dig your own grave. Because you can speak about hypotheticals too well. Or you're too eager to do so. And I think it could play against you at some point. So yeah, please behave yourself, Mal. Please have behaved yourselves. And, I don't know, like, be good. Never have this used against you as evidence. Oh dear. But yeah, returning to Amnesia. Yeah, the harvest of the Vitae. It involves torture. It involves a lot of torture. The ritual was only able to go ahead because of the torture. Which is not good. It's not good. So yeah, no, at the end of the day, I think Daniel is not absolved of his crimes. I think that's why it's the normal ending, is it says, yeah, he's been absolved of his crimes in the eye of the shadow. The shadow says, right, fine, I'll spare you. But that doesn't mean that he didn't commit those murders. Because he did. So I don't fully agree with the game's morality system here. He is still responsible for the murders. He is still still responsible for them. He's done something to redeem himself, but only in the eyes of the monster that was hunting him for a different crime. The monster that was hunting him for the crime of interfering with the orbs. The monster doesn't care about the murders. In fact, the murders were done to ward the monster off. Just to postpone what happened, to postpone the inevitable. That doesn't absolve you of those crimes that were committed, because it doesn't care about them. In fact, it seems to have appreciated them. So no, he is not absolved of the murders. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah, I'm not completely sold by the morality that is being told by Amnesia. But yeah, no, absolutely fascinating game. I'm very glad I finally took the time to play it. I'm very, very glad I did. Very, very glad I did. I hope you've enjoyed it. Whether you've watched the whole thing, or whether you dropped in partway through, yeah, I've enjoyed playing it. I think maybe a different horror game might have been a bit better of a pick, but I definitely enjoyed playing it. It was worth playing, even as frustrated as I got. Even as frustrated as I got with it, I did really enjoy it. I really did. But yeah, I think we might be looking to call the stream here. I think a relatively short 3-hour stream, which is quite nice actually. I think it's a nice amount. But we're not done. We are not done here. We are not done for today. It's okay. It was great healing you while I worked. Well, I'm glad I was able to help along. Glad I was able to help along. But yeah, so we're not done for today. I hope that you will be able to come along to the celebration stream later on tonight. That's going to be in a little under 5 hours now. Little under 5 hours. And I have some prep that I need to do before it. I have a bit of work I need to do. I have to revisit some poetry and make sure that I can read it properly. And I also have a couple of responsibilities to meet. I have a couple of responsibilities to meet today as well, so we'll see what I need to do. But we should be starting in just under 5 hours. Just under 5 hours. I will enjoy the rest of my day. You guys enjoy your day as well. But yeah, for now, just for now, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hopefully I'll see you later. I would very much like to see you guys there. Thank you, TV. Thank you, Jack. And thank you, Donut Dumb. Thank you all for enjoying me watch this, well, play this horrible game, which was good. It was definitely worth playing. But we'll see you later. We'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye. 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 And you know, even though I say that this has been a short stream, this has been longer than a lot of streams. No, this is, even though I've been trying to shorten my streams, this has been longer. This has been shorter than a lot of streams I've done lately. They've been creeping up in length again. Can't quite get away from them. Hello, Captain Satoshi. I look forward to seeing you there. Also a shout out to, who was it? Super Sexy Boing Boing Big O Pi Nekomimi One-chan. Big shout to you as well. I wonder if you're still here. I doubt it. Super Sexy Boing Boing Big O Pi Nekomimi One-chan. Fun name. Fun name. I'm known for my long streams. Well, we'll be streaming for a couple of hours tonight. We'll be streaming for a couple of hours tonight. I think probably another 3, maybe 4. I'm gonna come up with a couple of goals as well. If I can get some more follower goals, I'll maybe punish myself with alcohol. That could be fun. I just wanted to say that name. I did. It's a fun name to say. But yeah, there's gonna be a couple of I'm gonna see if I can make a couple of announcements during the stream later on as well. I'll hide them in there. There's some good stuff coming. Even during this stream, I've received some good and interesting news. So there's gonna be a couple of announcements coming up. I'm gonna see if I can make them out. I'm gonna see if I have permission to make these announcements. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, for now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some lunch. Thank you, everyone.